Okay, this is unique tool 3 and 4, a pair of squares. You want to introduce your friends that way as a pair of squares, but these are two lovely little squares here. Fit in your hand very nicely. That one's even smaller. Now, how did I get these? Last summer, during the summer, I generally leave my shop door open. Wife calls it the garage door. I like to call it the shop door. And when it's getting close to 4 o'clock and I've got all the chips shoveled up and out of the garage so the wife doesn't track them in, it's generally understood by most people in the neighborhood that if I'm in the garage having a drink, that people are welcome and even encouraged to come on in and have a drink with me. So last summer, my neighbor down the street, his brother was visiting him from Germany. He's German, speaks very little English. His brother, that is, the visiting brother. And they came down to my shop and we had a few drinks and I was showing them stuff that I made and showing them my machinery. And so about a month later, my neighbor comes back with these two squares and says, Deiter wants you to have these. And with the only explanation, which was that he was an apprentice machinist and he made these when he was an apprentice. Now, I don't know anything other than that. I don't know if, like, this was a practical exam, and they just threw them the drawings and said, here, make this, and, set a deadline, or if this was, a design of his own making and that he, made it on his own. There's his initials, Deiter, C. Not going to tell you his last name. So I really don't know what the story is on these, and I would like to know. Sweaty hands. Now this thing is really quite unique in that it's not like your typical square where you could do layout work, like that, and scribe a line. You can't scribe a line with this thing. It's got this pointy bit here, and it's very similar to like a precision straight edge that has a pointy bit on it. So it's like got precision straight edge, built in, and that gives you a really, definite good look at the work, because photons can squeeze through the tiniest little cracks. So that's kind of neat that it's got that feature built in. So this thing would be for inspecting work only, not for layout work. And it's got adjustment on it, so that if you had a situation, like this, where you wanted to, be able to get all the way in there, like that, you could inspect every last little teeny bit of the area that you wanted to look at, and that 45 allows you to get in there nice and close. So that's a pretty cool feature there, that it adjusts like that. Now this one here, it's kind of unique too. It's pretty specific because it can only do outside 90s like that. There's you're not going to be able to do a inside 90 there for obvious reasons. And I kind of wonder if something like this isn't made for somebody who's whacking out a whole bunch of the same sort of thing, and it's just something you got right there, and you can just really quick check things. Now this one could be used for layout work, so you see it can lay up like that, and you can scribe a line on it. So for small little layout work, that would be pretty cool, especially if you found yourself in a situation where you know, well, I don't, oh, you know, maybe maybe like this, you know, where you needed to scribe, you know, a really small area like that. That, you know, that would work pretty good. You know, wouldn't do any good with something like that. So, you know, that's what got some versatility to it as well.